So we're back. Unfortunately, we just spent all our dust on. Is that Dracula? Oh, that wasn't that unfortunate. We got a win out of that. We could have bought the trophy hunter last time. But we, between Mordred, who I feel like I get almost every game as a choice, and Merlin. I think I'm gonna go with Merlin. I like the early game stuff. It just sort of helps you get through there. I mean, Mordred is so strong late game, I guess. You sort of get an eighth character, which is really cool because it lets you. It's unreliable in some ways, but it allows you to. This is interesting. This is a sleigh, and this is. So I can't quite hit that, but so any buffs go through the sleigh. So what I want to do is do this. I want to buy this and pause here because this probably won't slay. I'll probably just lose this round. That's fine. If it does slay, we can reevaluate. But the baby root plus buff, buffing making an 0-3 into a 1-4 early game is actually pretty significant. Like, see, they did. They made a 1-4, which meant they could win those fights, although they didn't know what they were getting. So this got hit. So this is a 3-5. So we probably won't get the buff here. It's unlikely. So one thing we could do is switch these so that this will be a 3-5 and hit. And then they'll attack and hit. And if they don't kill it, we have this to do that and might get the transform. This obviously gives us more stats overall. It helps us win fights, but I think this might give us a better chance to get the transform. We're going to try this. I'm not sure how good of an idea this is. So, had we switched it and still got the first attack, we would have got the transform. So because I'm Merlin, I have no evil characters, but I sort of want to buy here, roll, and then if I get a 1-cost spell, okay, I got a 0-cost spell, so I can roll again. And then, yeah, so I keep hitting those type of guys. I could sell and buy something. I could buy something like this if we don't care about transforming. I think we want to go back like this just because putting it in back buffs that significantly. Then we'll do is roll, see if there's anything worth buying. Yeah, nothing great. We could stop here, buy this, buff with this, make it a 2-2, plus get a thing, and then buy a third thing. I don't think that's worth it here. We do want to cast a spell because we have both Cinderella and Merlin, but yeah, I don't know. I think. Oh wow. So this was actually a situation where we had a lot of chances to get. We're getting attacked by the rain, so we're going to lose this fight. We actually had a lot of chances to get the sleigh because there was a 1 health. So we want to do this, I think. It's just so strong. I mean, we're taking a lot of damage early. This sort of helps mitigate some. Nothing good here. This is decent if we can get the Juliet. It's a good early game champion. This is nice if you get the buffs. We're probably not getting much of anything. We're just gonna let it ride. Take the extra XP, and we're gonna fall behind. We're only at 36. I guess we gained some health, and we didn't lose that badly because this is fairly large. But there's people like last round with I think they had 5 characters to our 3 because we prioritized these. So this person might have a full board. If this person has a treasure and it's doubled, that's gonna be very hard to beat. They might not have a treasure yet. I don't think this game notifies you when people get treasures. I think Hearthstone does Hearthstone let you know when people triple? Or it tells you the amount of triples. So they do have one, and it got doubled, so it looks like they got this. Wow, so we had a 50-50 there to hit something. Okay, so we lost this badly, and we're taking extra damage because this was tripled. So that was not a good round for us, obviously. There were no evil characters here. Is there anything really interesting? I mean, we can go this and this. I think that's what we do. We go this and this. We don't get to cast anything this round. It's only like we could sell this and cast something because this only targets evil. But this getting a buff here would be nice. And so this will stop buffing these when this dies. It buffs this 3 times, I think. Yeah, summon 3 sheep. Yeah, I think that's how that works. So we're just still hoping people have 1 health things. I mean, this is probably just not going to work out for us unless we can get some attack buff. We haven't hit it. I think we've hit this once and this twice with Merlin, so we're kind of hoping to hit this and allow it to get the attack. I mean, we made that one swap that didn't work out for us there. But you don't want to prioritize slays too much. I do it. I over rely on sort of gimmicky stuff. But so now we're all the way at the bottom fighting the other bottom person. Oh, and they got their slay off. See, having these in back just means all these get buffed. These will be 1/4s, right? Only this one's a 1/4. Oh wow, just because this died, reducing this health. So that was really lucky by us. We managed to not take any damage. So anything interesting here? I mean, if we could buy 2 things. So I think what we want to do is buy this and this. Because we're going to buy this, and we're going to buy this. Oh. Because I can't count. Okay, so we're done with this. We're over it. And we're doing this. So we have a bunch of good characters. This is about to level up. We'll let this get the buff over here. Whenever a good character dies, other good characters are going to get +1/+1. Or plus, nope, that's absolutely wrong. +3 health, +0/+3. This is a pretty strong early game character just because the +2 health is really good early game. But if we start getting these buffs, obviously, that's even better. And we got this trigger, we got a Merlin trigger, and we got +2 overall by buffing this and this. And actually making this bigger is nice because this has a tendency to get sniped by spells or abilities early on. So if we can prevent that, that means it sticks around the whole time to actually do some stuff. This might be better over here, although this is getting big enough that, and if a couple good characters die, it might be big enough. We don't have any scaling on board though. There's nothing that really makes our characters better. This is some scale. They have a really nice backline. We're kind of in trouble here, I think, because these all just, unfortunately, these are all just 1 attack. So even though they have a bunch of health, they're not doing anything. Although that losing health is nice for us. Can we escape this? Yeah, wow, we actually got out of it just because this gives so much health. +3 to all your things is so big. So that's pretty good. We can compete with the first place people. Wow, we could go something like this and this and this. I mean, it just becomes 5/5s though. It's nothing that special, right? What do we want to target? I think we target this thing just because giving it gets so much health that giving it extra attack is good. All our characters are 3. This isn't only good early, obviously. Now these look even better, but I think we're off of that. We'd like good characters if we can, which is always nice, but I think we're just looking for something. Yeah, we'll grab this. We could, oh no we can't. I was going to say we could pop that. So we could go this. I mean, this is going to get +2/+2 every round, but it's not a good character. This is a good character. So it gets the benefit of the buffs. I think we'll just roll here. And I think we stop here. We'll try to get the Godmother. And we try to triple this. And that gives us something to get to the mid game. Again, I'm sort of trying to bail and just see if we can get a decent finish. Not a, because this doesn't do permanent scaling. So it's not going to be a super big late game effect for the most part, but I still think it can be worthwhile to get us just to near the not the end game, but near the end game. So even though, see, these things don't have a lot of attack, but the fact that they get so much health means that we can win some of these fights. And they lose that thing, that's not good for them. But we have our own things to worry about, so. Wow. So unfortunately this isn't a princess, so it's not going to get that buff, but we will get one of your characters in the front die, so that's really good with these. And will sort of let us hopefully win a couple more fights. And we should be, I think most people level 4, one's level 5 already. I think we got one Turkish Delight, so we might be a little bit ahead if, you know, we're ahead of people who haven't done anything. So if we get to the next round, we might be able to, if we get one ahead of people, we might be able to get a couple of 5s before other people get the chance. But yeah, I mean, we have pretty low level characters. I mean, plus 6 health is huge. We just need to buff everyone's attack. This is a 4, this is a 4, so they don't benefit from this. But everything in back, I mean, if all these things die, these actually get a lot of attack, and because of this, get a ton of health. So as long as they don't get sniped by anything like a lightning dragon, although lightning dragon base I think is only, it's an 8-1, so it won't kill this or this. So if they have a lightning dragon, it's really not bad for us. As long as it's not buffed, obviously. Wow, we're big enough that they can't actually get the kill off that. They get the kill. Oh no, they didn't. That's nice for us because they didn't get the kill off this yet, so now we get the full spawn. And these get the buff from this, which gives them 3 attack. Oh, because they. No, I don't understand why they have 3 instead of. Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you why they get 3, but wow, we did 12 damage to them. So we're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. Okay, I think it's too greedy to get another one of these. I sort of want to buy this though. You put this in back. It's not a 5, but this is a princess, this is a princess. We're talking about a lot of free attacks back here. I'm going to do that. Oh, here we go. You're down to 1 princess, but... What is this one? When your characters die, give the characters in its... Oh, okay, so this one's in its row, and this one's behind it. So I thought this was what we had. So we'll get this, and then we're going to do this, and hopefully get lucky. No, we didn't get lucky. That's fine. So this is a princess, this is a princess, this is a prince. So since this isn't either, I'm going to put this in front, because then it's more likely that these die from an attack. These get attack and die. She gets a bonus attack, and she's a good mage, which means she'll get the health buff. We cast this just because we had 2. I was hoping to snipe this. Obviously we didn't. This dying early is bad because it doesn't get the buff of the sheep, but it does have 20 health at this point, so the health buff isn't as important. Okay, so now I'm getting a better sense of what this does. So luckily this won't, so we get, no, but this is good for them because they get the survive and attack, but so this will spawn here. Those will all be, what, 4s? Oh, maybe, okay, so it's getting the buff from the thing that dies. That's why it had more attack than I understood last time. Oh, they also had one of these, so they have a lot of HP in the back too. But I think just having more characters at this point is going to be enough. And we have something that's a 13 attack and an 8 attack compared to their smaller numbers. And we still get the buffs. Wow, they took half their health. So I don't think this is worth it here. Although maybe that's just me being silly, because if we buy it here, then it doesn't matter if we win, we hit 6. Hitting 6 a turn early is... Yeah, actually, maybe it is. Maybe I'm just going to do that. I don't know what else we're looking for, really. We could get this, but having a doubling a 2 isn't anything, yeah. Wow, I love these here. But are they any good? They're animals. They're not princesses or princes, but they're so good with these. Because it's stuff dying. That I sort of want to get them. I think I'm going to sell this and this, because we're not doing that right now. And buy that and pause. Although if we're going to hit 6, we don't really want to pause, but... maybe I should have bought this, and yeah. Oh, and that's buffing this, and this. Yeah, that was a mistake, I think. That was just a bad play. I sold stuff. Wow, and this was big enough to... Wow, and they already have a 6, and they get the +3. Yeah, we might get stomped this match. Although, we just have a lot of characters, and we get a lot of buffs. And they just have this random dragon's nest as their only thing. Wow, and that wasn't big enough. Yeah, so we're gonna beat them pretty badly here. So I mean, this goes to waste, like the extra one. I mean, not. It says we hit 7. Like that's not how that works. We'll buy this here just because we did save it. We're gonna buy this. We get a trigger off it, and having more health is good. Yeah, so it's probably time to sell this. Right, this isn't doing anything. We don't want any good characters evil. There's gotta be a better way, right? And we're getting rid of this thing. This makes it way more likely to lose this fight, but we save 4 gold on the next. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Get a level 5 treasure. This is great, but I think this is probably good long term if we're gonna have high health characters. Place this. There's definitely a level of silliness to what we just did. This is bad now. We got rid of all our princesses. So we're going into animals. We'll go for like a Berenstein. We'll see if we just get stomped this round. Oh yeah, they killed something instantly. Oh, they have the Berenstein. So everyone else, how do they have Berenstein already? Huh, no wonder. I actually don't see anything that would allow them. They're still at 5. I must be missing something. Not the first time, not the last time. So they also have this, which means this gets pretty big. Luckily this is ranged. This thing attacking again is going to be bad for us. Oh wow, this just had enough to finish it off. Okay, is that the last? No, we got... What is it? Oh, do we have 2 more of this? Do we have Papa Bear still coming? No, Papa Bear's before Mama Bear. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's how the story goes, right? Wow, so we won a round that I really didn't think we were going to have a chance in. So yeah, we're not interested in this. Is too late for this stuff. We are entirely on 6 drops and 5 drops. So we could do this. Does this do anything for us? It does something with these. I think we're just better off with like this though, right? So is it better to roll twice or to buy something to save? I think we're gonna roll. Could buy a hippocampus and this to buff this. That might be worth it. We're fighting nothing here. I think we're just gonna roll. Nothing good. See what happens here. So unfortunately, we usually like to take advantage of the times when you're playing against nobody to have some permanent scaling. They can just go on, so you sort of get I mean, hopefully it's an easy round, right? But you get an easy round, and then you get to scale for when you're fighting people. I mean, we could get some scaling off using spells, but we didn't do that. I should have paid more attention. I don't pay enough attention to who I'm fighting and the ramifications of that. So this person has, wow, they actually have a spell too. Oh, they got the spell. Wow, this thing just attacked twice. Why did it attack twice? This is, I mean, this could definitely beat us. Like I said, it's always really annoying to lose to a clone. a ghost or whatever. But it looks like we might just be getting big enough. Yeah, I mean this gets big, so that's gonna trade with pretty much anything we have. Although that's range, so that was able to finish that off. Yeah, okay, so we're fine here. I've been worrying. I forget how much of our power is concentrated in sort of these things that... Okay, so here we go. Here's a 6. We got a roll. So what we're going to do here is buy this. We're going to get this. Let this do a little shot. That's a good one to shoot. We'll buy this, and we'll put this right in front, I think. And we're going to pause and try to get this. Try to get a 6 treasure, and try to ride this to victory. So I think here what we want to do actually is to get this more buffs. We'll take this out. We'll swap this here, and we'll put this in. This might actually be a better setup anyways. This isn't particularly good at this point. And this is pretty strong, but yeah, I think what we want to do is just see if this can, I mean, this needs 5 hits still. Although it will start getting buffed, so maybe we can get away with 4 hits. Oh, I mean, if that happens, then... And luckily they have a lot of small people. So we've gotten 2 hits already, and we've only taken a little bit of damage. And their back is a little bigger. Oh, and it keeps healing. Huh. So, there's not a terrible chance this could proc, which would be really big. That's sort of a source of scaling that we could get during this round where we're not fighting anything. There we go, 35. 12, so as long as this doesn't hit this... Although actually if this hit this it would still... So I think we're gonna get this trigger, which is huge. I don't know which we want. Probably this one we'll keep. Wow, so that was really good for us. Oh, and we got the 3 extra gold. First check it's up. So this is nice if you put like the bear here and it just keeps trading off. This is nice because we don't have a lot of attack. I think we want this. And we'll get rid of this. Buy this. And we're going to apply this to maybe this guy. Nothing great here. So I sort of want to just wait and see if we can do this. So I'm gonna buy. Buying 2 people doesn't help. I'm gonna buy this, I guess. And then I'm gonna use this on this next round, get another 6. Replace this maybe, even though it's pretty good. Has been. Oh, I probably don't need this random support in the back. What are they doing? Are they just got a... What are they polymorphing? Polymorphing the bear is not great for us. I mean, getting these procs is really what keeps us going, you know? How do they get the double attacks? Probably should pay more attention. Getting the Tree of Life heal is so big. I think it might mean we can outlast them. And if we do outlast them, we'll get the kill. Yeah, that was big for us. So I'm actually not sure when you create an evil copy of this and they combined, are they good or evil? So it ended up being evil, huh? So at the start of combat, so that only works at the start. See, it'd be nice if we could get these two together. Since our health gets buffed so much, I think we want to go with this. We'll replace this. I don't know if just putting like something like this in becomes good, or if we want this, because we have nothing to buff the attack of the backline at this point. It's possible just like this thing is giant. I'm gonna go with this. See how that goes. Put this up. Oh, I meant to put that up front. That's not even good though. Yeah, I mean, I made a lot of mistakes. Well, good boy is tough. That just donking that off is tough. Oh, they just got all their buffs. Yeah, this is not good for us. This will heal at least, but yeah, I think we're in trouble against this person. And this is not a great thing. This is fine. That's a good one, but they don't have any combat ones. They just sort of have a good build. And we just don't have the attack numbers to line up against them. We have a lot of health, but not attack. So we can survive a couple rounds against them. We're going to take 10, 13, so we'll actually have maybe one more round. Yeah. Oh, that giving them a slight trigger, isn't it? Oh, we took 12? Why did we take 12? I'm gonna do this just because it's a thing. We'll skip it. I don't think it's better than any of the existing ones we have. Maybe worth it just to get this. Try to snipe something. And is it better just to have like this big thing instead? We want these up front because this doubles the attack of all our front row characters. Maybe better if this is later on, because then it can get more health buffs and then continue healing. Maybe? I'm sure you can see that I'm pretty unsure of what we're doing here. We're just hoping to get a ton of health buffs, but this is the thing that if it gets huge health, it can trade with all of the characters. Whereas if the other ones get huge health, they just have 8 attack or whatever and don't do anything. So, I don't know. Yeah, this all over the place. I mean, if they're good boys, just they're getting sheeped isn't great. Hitting their good boy before they even have. Oh wow, yeah, we did not get the attacks or the hits we needed here. I mean, that will always heal the Hercules, which means he can continue trading, but yeah, that dying is so bad. The Hercules getting continuously healed is really what has made us able to stay in this. But yeah, here we're dead, right? Yeah. Luckily we didn't die. We actually only took 7, so we would have another round. Here, getting a good spell is huge. This is pretty nice. Honestly, might be no. I was rolling. I always get confused that you can only cast one spell. Like I know that you can only do that. Okay, this seems really good here. In place of this. I almost want to buy this. Wow, yeah. Unfortunately, there were just no good spells for us to grab. I mean, we were looking for a polymorph or an apple. I think put something at 1 health. It might be worth it to move this back. Unfortunately, this turning evil is so bad for us. So I guess it's whatever the third one is how it works. Oh wow, and they got the double hit? Is that how do they maybe they do they buy a spell and then get this also? Yeah, I mean that might be enough just to set us back. If we can get a lot of trades before this before this triggers, that's really nice for us, because we'll keep attacking these things. And if like this will attack into us or something, not hitting this obviously, because we need this to heal up. But if like this will come and suicide or attack before this triggers. So now this triggers and gets big. But if this can keep healing, we might have a weird shot, I think. Oh, that was really bad for us. Although, are we gonna win this one? Oh no. Oh, we did. Wow, we just had so much health. Wow, that was lucky. Our opponent had got better spells most of the time. Really outplayed us there. But we had some nice scaling. We were getting the +2/+2 every time, and the attack up front gets doubled. So I don't know if that means we get +4/+2 effectively. And then we had so much health in the back that we should have been able to from the fairy godmothers. But yeah, that the I forget what the ranged character is called, the treant. But that not being good meant that it was a lot harder for it to survive. And like having a strong ranged character that like even when it gets attacked once, it had like 40 attacks. So if it got attacked, a couple times, but was surviving and was healing with the Tree of Life, that would have been huge. I didn't realize how that worked. I should probably try to learn some of the nuances of the game, but now we know, so we'll know for next time. I think Merlin's pretty good. We're still getting the random bonuses later in the game, but they were hitting our bench characters sometimes. Maybe you just need to sell your bench characters. I usually save them just to have sort of the gold reserve, but maybe you just need to sell them and roll down on previous turns. And early game, it definitely helps keep some of the fights more competitive. We took a decent amount of damage. I think we got down to 26 pretty quickly, and then didn't drop below that until I think we fought the grandmother twice or 3 times or however many times. So it might have helped us take less damage in the early game. Although in this game, because it's not each character only deals 1 or 3 damage, killing the extra characters isn't as big as in something like Battlegrounds, where if you kill like the 6 drop, you take 6 less damage. So the closeness of the fights matters a lot more. In this one, it's more about if your opponent has the upgraded characters, which deal 3. I mean, if they have a full board, if you take, taking 7 instead of taking 7 plus their level instead of taking, say, 2 plus their level isn't insignificant, but often the difference isn't that, it's just like the 1 extra damage at the end, rather than like whatever the level of the character would be. Like say these are 4 drops, if knocking these off, but these are buffed so that they deal 3. But if knocking that off took 4 away instead of 1 or something along those lines, that'd be a much bigger difference. But I don't know, we got another win. We've been really lucky. We got a little lucky streak, so pretty good. Thanks for watching.